Hey brothers, hey sisters, Adam here with the Parable of the Vineyard YouTube channel. As always, I pray you're doing well, strong in faith, and eyes to Jesus Christ, Yahshua Ha Mashiach. Today I want to talk briefly about, just to keep you guys aware, for those of you that have been following this channel for some time and other channels that have been covering what was called the Revelation 12 sign, in which the sun, moon, and stars align to match what was written in Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 through 2, in which a woman was clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars above her head, and being pregnant. And we saw that, and again, we've gone through this many times and turned it inside out, looked at it every single which way we could to make sure that we were looking at a viable sign. And I think most watchmen would agree that this was a viable sign, and Revelation 12 verses 1 through 2 were fulfilled. Now, that brings us to the next portion, which is verses 3 through 4, in which he sees another sign, in that the red dragon, and there's been many different claims as to what the red dragon is. And just to put a little side note up right now, what I'm about to show you here, in no way, shape, or form am I saying this is the sign of the red dragon. No, but what I am saying is that Yahshua told us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And in that, we have to be aware of our surroundings. Not to say that the enemy dictates how we act, and not to say that the enemy makes us nervous, or that the enemy, anything about them should change anything about what we're doing. But it is wise to be aware of what's going on and the movements of the enemy. Just like Joshua and Caleb have scouted the enemy, same thing. We need to scout and see what they're up to. And I just thought it pretty interesting that the Royal Mint has come out with a coin called the Red Dragon of Wales, and it is one of what's called the Queen's Beasts. And I'm not going to go through this entire article and read it. I'm just going to read a little bit for you, but there's some language in here that I thought was pretty interesting and, well, noteworthy to be aware of. And it says right here, the Royal Mint has launched one of the latest coins, which is part of the ongoing popular series entitled The Queen's Beasts. This latest coin is one of 10 heraldic Queen's Beasts that can be seen cropping up through the centuries of British heraldry. Each beast has its own special story to tell, and this series explores the Queen's heraldic guardians and how they represent the crown and its history. So the third coin in the series is dedicated to the Red Dragon of Wales, which captures the spirit and beauty of the Welsh nation. Really. Dragons are one of the best known mythical beasts found in legends all over the world, and are associated with strength, wisdom, and power. Or they can be associated with Lucifer and Satan. How about that? The Red Dragon was an emblem of Owen Tudor, the grandfather of Henry VII, who was England's first king of the Tudor dynasty, reigning from 1489 until 1509. Henry's troops carried a fiery red dragon standard at the Battle of Bosworth. More than 4 centuries later, at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953, the dragon took its place as one of the Queen's Beasts, reinforcing Her Majesty's connection to Wales. So I want to read one more part right here, and this is where I thought it was pretty interesting. The red dragon has especially become the emblem of ancient Welsh pride, emerging from heroic traditions of King Arthur and his father, Uther Pendragon. It went on to become a royal beast of the Tudor monarchs, supporting the coat of arms of that proud Welsh dynasty. From there, it has become the emblem of the modern Welsh nation, resplendent on the Welsh flag against a background of white and green, the livery colors of the Tudor sovereigns. In this form, it is Her Majesty's the Queen's royal badge for Wales, encircled with a riband bearing the motto, I'm not even going to read that, but it says, "The Red Dragon gives the lead." I don't think it can get much more clear than that. The Red Dragon gives the lead. As such, the Red Dragon today retains its significance as a royal beast no less than in centuries past. So I'll say it again, this is not the sign of the red dragon. However, It is certainly interesting to be aware of what's going on in the world right now, and this is certainly coming at a time where a lot of those that are awake and are waiting for the return of Yahshua and know that it is so near, even at the doors. That the point being is to stay vigilant, stay ready, because we know that our enemy, the devil, is roaring around like a lion, seeking whom he can devour. And so I urge you, as always, brothers and sisters, to continue to put on the armor of God, the armor of Yahuah daily, because we are fighting a spiritual battle here. We're not fighting flesh and blood, but powers and principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahuah and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yah, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yah, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the Besora, the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of belief, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of Yeshua, and the sword of the Ruach, which is the word of Yahuah, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Ruach, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all Kodashim, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the Besora, the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Peace be to the brethren, and love with belief from Yahuah the Father and Adonai Yahshua Ha Mashiach. Grace be with you all, and them that love our Adonai Yahshua Ha Mashiach in sincerity. Amen. Prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.